Freedom. Whether we know it or not, I don't believe that many people experience it the way that we're meant to. Humans are adaptive. Whatever the environment is, we will plant ourselves there and survive. And that is both a gift and a curse. The tough part about human adaptation is that we put limitations on ourselves based on the finite resources of our environment. While I was in Cusco, I adapted to an Airbnb host who did everything she could for me. She would walk me to my tour locations and even made me breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I became accustomed to the caretaking, not realizing I was damaging myself. Because in Lima, I had no such treatment. When I first arrived at my Airbnb host house, they asked me, "Do you want suggestions on where to eat? You can call an Uber." Excuse me? Before a child learns to walk, crawling is its world, but it doesn't realize that it's limited. But when the child learns that it can stand on their own two legs and do even more, they collapse under this pressure and fall straight to the ground. While in Lima, I had just been given car keys, an open road, and was told, "Go where you want to." Life had dropped its boxing gloves, stuck its chin out, and said, "What do you got?" I stared at the endless options that were available to me and thought, I've got nothing. Freedom is terrifying because that means you're being held accountable for your own decisions. And when we're held accountable, it exposes us to the fact that we don't know who we are, what we want, or how to get it. And because of that, we retreat. But I was in a position where I couldn't retreat. I had to fight. So that Saturday morning, I got an Uber into Miraflores.
It is a beautiful day here in Miraflores in Lima. My goodness, man. This district is incredible. So we are about to see what's really going on down here. You know?
It was there that God put a lady in my life for that moment. We had small talk just about life, and there was a connection between us, and she said, "I'm so afraid of my potential. I've purposefully put myself in terrible situations so that I wouldn't reach it. But I have potential, big potential, and you have great potential too." Could it be that I was responsible for my own failures? Because if so, that means I'm responsible for my success as well. And I went outside and I looked up to the sky. And for the first time, I saw something that I'd never seen. Unlimited potential. I want so bad to fit in that I only went after something if it made sense. But what I didn't know is that my reality was being shaped by society and fear. And because of that, I put a limitation on what I was capable of. I tried to change my thinking at this restaurant. I had no reason for picking this restaurant other than the view I had off the cliffs. I had been limiting my potential with reasons and expectations, but there is something that I now know. Once you've accepted freedom, potential is unlimited. Adulting is something that we all joke about. We always say how no one gave us a brochure on what to expect, but that's because it doesn't require a brochure. It just requires courage. And in Miraflores, I learned that there is no more of this sitting back and letting life come to me. I need to go and get it myself. And even when I get knocked down, I'll dust myself off, learn, adapt, and go attack again. Because I now know there are no limits to what I can do.